So thank God, thank God, thank God in the mighty name of King Jesus. And I want to just touch on this subject. I was been looking for some solid answers for some stuff, because people still be having these questions. And before I get started, I'm gonna go here like a solid answer. Like I was thinking about this the other day, but this is not really what I'm focused on. This is Jonah. This is Matthew 12 and 40. Okay, for Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. Cause I'm gonna say, I say I'm under attack by these devils, and these people got these spirits, and they really be like, I don't, you join one with them spirits. It's just like with the Lord, the Christians, it's us for Christians. We one with the Lord, and they one with devils, especially when you don't took the mark of the beast. But the thing is, like, because it's always been a question, they always try to rise up. So where is hell? Where is hell? Where is hell? Hell is in the earth. Hell is in the earth. And that's what it says right there. It's a clear answer. So that's a clear statement because I always used to end up going to Ezekiel. That's let me see. That's I think that's let me see 31 and 26. I think I used to always end up there, and people still try to rise up against that. But here we have a clear answer right here, because Ezekiel talks about this is 31 and let me see, where is that in Ezekiel? Is it? Let me find it right quick. All right, it's one in 31, but this is the one I want to read. This is 26 and 20. When I shall bring thee down with them that descend into the pit, with the people of the old time, and shall set thee in the low parts of the earth. Okay, and so people still, he's trying to debate against that, and I just been looking for, solid answers where, the Bible also speaks. I think it talks. I don't know if it's Timothy, but I would have to find about them not being able to resist your words. So right now you can't say anything, for the people that always try to question where is hell. Hell is in the heart of the earth, because we know that's where Jesus went, and it says 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. So where is hell? Hell is in the inside of the earth. It's in the heart of the earth. It's in the core of the earth. Okay. And I was looking for, and this is where I want to go. I was looking for some solid answers this morning, because people they don't understand, and this is what I'm going to say. I want to get into the Word of God, and why don't people understand? People don't understand because their refusal to accept things, because uh, they enjoy what they're doing, and people are blind, so they don't understand. And why are people blind? People are blind because they're enjoying, and also, and this part of it, but this is what I really want to focus on, they're immune to it. Okay, so that's why they don't see it, because they're doing it. They don't see nothing wrong with it because they're doing it. Okay, that's just like I give you an example about being immune to something. If you go in someone's house, and in their house it has a horrible smell, and just say they've been living with this smell 4, 5, 6, 7 months, how whatever type of smell it is, say it's a smell and it stinks, just the best way to put it, and you come to visit them, and you go in their house and you're not used to this smell, and the smell stinks, you're going to notice it because you're not immune to it. But they don't notice it because they're immune to it. So when you continuously do something and you just in it, you can't notice that it's something wrong with it because you have become immune to it. And that's why people are blind. And I want to say this, like, and I don't want to touch on it too much because I was thinking about it and I haven't given a whole lot of thought to it. What blinds people is lust, because their desire is for whatever they want. Their carnal desire or fleshly desire is so great that it it blinds them from the truth. They in their blindness is partly in that aspect is refusal to accept the truth. Because I'm going to give you this example, and I hate to have to go there, but I have to use this example a lot. Just like, and this refers to a lot of things, and this is what happens with a lot of people. And just say with smoking. Okay, I'm gonna give you this example, and I have to use this example because this is a great example. And people are blinded and they refuse. Just say like you tell someone, hey, that's gonna kill you, and they refuse and they make a choice at this point. And I was thinking on it earlier, I had given a little thought to it, and it's not the exact explanation, but I'm just going to say they make a choice, and it says, God says, I give you a choice, therefore choose life. But just say, so you tell them that's going to kill them, they say, hey, we all got to die someday from some, I just go ahead and die from this. So now you have made your choice. I just accept death in this. Okay, and this is where I'm going. Thank you, God. God got me headed in the right direction. This is death, and people choose to accept death. You tell somebody you keep eating all that food without that season on, you're gonna get high blood pressure, and you can die from that. It ain't good. You can die from that. Well, we all gonna die from something. You know, just whatever situation you can think about that. Because I know a lot of people heard this in life. You tell somebody that something, and they're like, well, it's all right. We all gonna die from something. So guess what you're doing then? You choosing death. You choosing, I just want to do this so bad, I'll just go ahead and die from it. Okay? And because I'm going to read this, Jesus Christ. Now, here we're going about to step into it. Thank you, Father God, in the mighty name of King Jesus. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and forever, right? So God doesn't change. Jesus is the beginning, and he's from the beginning. Okay, and this one I'm going right here. And I'm going to Leviticus. Okay, Leviticus. And where I want to go is, okay, I'm gonna start. I have the place where I want to go, but this is where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just start here. Okay, I'm gonna go to Leviticus. This is 18:3. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwell, shall ye not do. After the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Do you hear that? I'm going to read that again. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwell, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Okay? The thing is, and when you go on and read this, it's talking about uncovering, certain people's nakedness, your father's wife nakedness, your sister's nakedness. Okay, and these are the things that they're doing of the land. But what I'm focused on, after the doings of the land of Egypt, what is Egypt? Egypt is a form of the world. Canaan is a form of the world. Don't do what the people in the world are doing. You see, that's what the whole focus of it is. Don't do what the people in the world are doing. And what I'm referring to is the thing what was spoken on this morning. Because the world is doing it does not mean you do it. It tells you right here, don't do what the world is doing it. So if you see the world doing it, you're not supposed to do it. Because you are in the world, but you're not of the world. So it says, don't do the things that the people of this land are doing. Okay, now I'm going to go to 18:24. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. See, God is telling you this again. Don't do what they're doing. Don't defile yourself in what they're doing. Okay? Ye shall, now I'm going down to 26. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. Okay? For all these abominations have the man of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. Okay? So, what God is saying is, don't defile yourselves with what they're doing. 18:30. Therefore shall ye keep mine ordinance, that ye commit not any one of these abominable customs which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am the Lord your God. Okay? And I'm going to go here. Okay, now I'm going to read this, and this is where I wanted to go at first, and I wasn't there, but here I'm going to go here. This is where I wanted to find. Well, I'm saying Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Okay? It talks about if you curse your father and mother, you shall surely be put to death. For everyone that curseth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. Okay, and it gives many different things where you shall be put to death for these things. Okay? And so you see people like, oh, you ain't dying no more. Alright, and they try to take the Old Testament and say it's something changed. The same way I said, and I'm telling you this is the truth, it upgraded. Like you had to physically commit adultery then. Now it's just the thought. It's spiritual. Just by the thought. It's upgrading. Let me tell you something. Are you gonna die? If you do these things that it says don't do, you're gonna die. But see, guess what? People not even recognize it. One day you might die physically from it. But the thing is, your death is going to become immediate, and you're going to kill yourself, it progressively. How you going to die? You're going to die spiritually. That's how you're going to die. See, so you're going to be put to death. You're going to die spiritually when you do this stuff. And I'm going to talk about this before I go to how you're going to die spiritually. I'm going to read this right here because this was spoken on this morning. Here it says right here, this is 18 and 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. I'm going to go to 23. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. You see that? A woman lying with a beast, it is confusion. That's confusion. Okay? And guess what? And you're going to die with this. Okay, and how you're going to die? Okay, let me read this right here. And if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have wrought confusion. And see, when you're doing these things, you're bringing about confusion. And let me go and tell you how you're going to die. This is how you're going to die right here. You're going to die spiritually. And this is how you're going to die. Let's go to Romans. We're going to go to Romans. We're going to go to Romans. This is Romans. I'm going to read 20. I'm going to go to 24. Wherefore, and by doing these things, this is what God is going to do. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts. And see, that's what's causing this blindness, lust. Lust is causing this blindness and causing this confusion. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. And what we're reading in Leviticus, okay, we're reading about people dishonoring their bodies. Men lying with men, women lying with beasts, okay? And I'm going to go to 28. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Okay? Now guess what? See, you're dying. And how are you going to die? Because God is going to give you up to that what you desire and that what you're doing, because you don't want to turn away from it. And what's behind it? Yes, of course, it's spirits behind it. But see, when you just accept it and you refuse to take the truth, instead of just saying, hey, I know it's wrong, I don't have power to stop, may God help me. You just like, hey, I just do it anyway, and it is what it is. And when you be like that, then you like going in rebellion against God, so God give you to that you desire. And what are you doing? You progressively killing yourself spiritually before some physical manifestation of death come upon you. Because when you do this, guess what now? We're going to read 29. You're going to be filled with all unrighteousness. So you think you just fornicating or doing whatever you think you're doing, or whatever it is that you're doing, you think you're just doing one thing. But guess what? When you do this, you're going to be filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate. You're going to have murder in you too. You just might not, you may not manifest. It's going to have to grow a stronger strength. And depending on what type of situation you face, if it may manifest. Debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affections, implacable, unmerciful. All these things are going to enter you, and they're going to grow, and that's going to be the progressive death, because the more you continue to indulge in this sin to satisfy your flesh, and you're going to get a conviction. And see, that's when the conviction comes about certain things. When the conviction comes is when, just say in the instance that I'm saying that, I'm not even going to talk about the smoke. I'm going to say smoking no more. I'm going to talk about the food. Hey, you eating all this, it's going to cause you diabetes. It could cause you high blood pressure. And then you just like, well, it is what it is. I'm just going to die from something anyway. At that point, you in rebellion. At that point, you're in rebellion. And you just like, the conviction came. So you got convicted of, I know it's wrong. But instead of coming to like, I know it's wrong, I need to stop, God help me, and you have to continue in that though. But you being so controlled by these spirits that you're not even coming to that point. You just go in straight, you just automatically go into rebellion. I just have to die from it because I'm going to continue to do it in whatever the case is. And you get given up to it. And so are you dying? Yeah, you dying spiritually. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And when you do that, I want to say this too. See, Satan don't take one step. When you allow him one step, he going to take 200. So when you let one thing in, you let everything in. One thing bring everything. It ain't one thing and it's just one thing. That's what you thinking. See, that's deception. People are deceived. They thinking one thing just bringing one thing. One thing bringing everything. Okay, and I'm going to read this. And this goes back to, that's Leviticus, that's like 18:3, when it says, do not do the things of the people of the land of Egypt. Okay, that's why God says right here in 2 Corinthians 6:17, wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, said the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I'll receive you. You cannot follow Christ, and you cannot submit yourself to God and do what doing what the devil does. And let me tell you this, and see, this is the thing too. Okay, and God just gave me this. I didn't even have this already. God just gave me this. Thank you, Father God, in the mighty name of King Jesus. See, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to read this right here. This is 10:21. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and the table of devils. You can't indulge with evil desires and be on God's side. You can't be on both sides of the field. You see, you can't be on both sides. You can't be of God and of the devil. You're either of God or you of the devil. God understands it's spirits behind all of it. Man doesn't have the power to just stop himself. But you have to submit to God regardless. If you came out of Egypt, but you still got Egypt in you, but you got to submit to God and ask, God help me, God help me, God help me, God help me. I want to stop, I want to stop, I want to stop. And you have to sincerely want to stop. But you can't go and say, well, since I can't stop, I don't care. I'm just gonna do it, and I'm just not even gonna I'm not gonna ask God to help me. And this is where I want to go to, because this is where I'm gonna go to, and this is where I was at with it. And we was talking about this morning, and I'm going to say it plainly, and I don't just want to go like that, but we're talking about oral sex. And I'm going to say this. Okay, this is here. Here you go right here. We in Matthew 15, and I'm going to go right here. This is 11. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth defileth a man. Okay? And then I'm going to go to 17. Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goeth into the belly and is cast out into the draught. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goeth into the belly and is cast out into the draught. So you read this and see, I'm going to say this before I explain this to you. John 3:27, a man can receive nothing except they be given him from heaven. I can tell you, and you got it, and the only way you're going to understand if God give it to you. And I'm going to go right here right quick. This is Hebrews, and I was reading this the other day. And this is Hebrews 6:1. Therefore, leaving the principles of the doctrine of Christ. You got to grow past the beginning knowledge and the beginning understanding. And this go take you to Malachi. And Malachi, that's 3:18, that ye shall return and discern between the righteous and the wicked. Okay, you need to be able to discern between righteousness and wickedness, and it has to come from God. Okay, but what I'm talking about here, I'm going to read this again. Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goeth into the belly and is cast out into the draught. So what goes into your mouth should be going into your belly and cast out by, you going to the bathroom. That's what it's saying. So what is it saying right here? Discernment is going to tell you your mouth is used to eat. Then you go to Psalm 81:10. Psalm 81:10 is going to tell you what else is your mouth used for. Your mouth is used to speak. Okay? And that's going to, because Psalm 81:10 says, I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. And here I'm going to go to Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel 3, and I'm going to read 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. So this is another example of what your mouth is used for. Ezekiel 3:2. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. You see what I'm saying? It's eat with your mouth. Okay, and I'm going to go to 3 and 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. You see, speak and eat. That is what your mouth is for. The other thing that people are being led to use their mouth for is perversion. But someone can tell you all day, but the only way that you're going to be able to understand this and get this is if God gives it to you. That's going to be the only way. It's not going to come because someone tells you and tells you and tells you and tells you. Okay, that's not going to give it to you. Okay, and I want to read this. And I'm going to go back to John 3:27. A man can receive nothing except they be given him from heaven. Okay, and then we're going to go here. This is Matthew 16:17. And Jesus is talking to Peter. He asked him, who did he say he was? Okay, and I'm going to read this. For flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. God has to reveal these things to you for you to be able to discern them, because you won't be able to discern them for yourself. No. You're not going to be able to understand it for yourself. And you can think you know the right thing, but why are you blind? You're blinded by your own lust. You're blinded by your own desire. And what's causing the blindness, the spirits are causing the blindness, because I'm going to tell you what the spirits